Hi, my name's Maidens, and we're going to look at the 8th in a series of 9 videos about computer networking. In this particular video we're actually going to dive in and look at the network interface card in the computer, where these Ethernet frames we've been talking about are being formed, to understand a bit more about what goes on in there. So let's get on with the animation. So on our computer, if we want to send some data, the computer generates the data, sends it over the bus towards the network interface card. It doesn't matter what type of interface you're using, there'll be some form of network interface card in there, whether it's wireless 3G. The data comes into the network interface card along with a destination MAC address. That's the hardware, physical or Ethernet address of where it's going. The card then looks at its own MAC address as a source address and puts this onto the front of the frame, forming the header. The data has been encapsulated and now can head out of the port onto the wire. Obviously the data now comes whizzing along the wire, heading to its destination or to a switch, and this is the basic of the Ethernet frame. However, some electrical interference might come along and cause a bit error, which we know from previous videos could change a 1 to a 0 or a 0 to 1. The question is, how do we mitigate against that? Well, what we actually do before we send the data is we examine the data and we form a check. It's actually something called a CRC, a cyclic redundancy check. It's a bit like a checksum. It's basically a check code which represents the data, and we put that check code onto the end. So in this case we've used simple addition, the addition of all the data, it comes to 285. So we send that out onto the wire with that check digit at the end, and that now heads onto our wire heading to our switch. And that's the basics of a Ethernet frame. So we've got our data being encapsulated in a Ethernet frame. Okay, remember, if you want access to this scratch animation, it's there just by going to scratch and searching for dmaidens along with all the other animations. Thanks, bye.